Not everyone has been welcoming of the government's recent policy announcement that foreign nationals who get married to St. Kitts and Nevis nationals can immediately apply for citizenship. Last week, the government announced this recent policy shift, noting that the Constitution provides for this. In clarifying his government's reasons for its decision, Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris stated that the Cabinet took note of the constitutional provision at Clause 92, Section 8, which states that the following persons shall, if they do not already possess citizenship, be entitled upon making application to be registered as citizens. A. Any person who is married to a citizen. Dr. Harris said that at some point in the past, under the former administration, a decision was taken to impose a 3-year requirement before a person who got married could in fact apply. The Prime Minister said, quote, "In recent times, as the environment gets more litigious, lawyers and other persons versed in the law and versed in the issue of justice have come to the government. They have gone to the Governor General. They have written and said that the policy decision run counter to the constitutional provision that they are entitled." End quote. But some within the opposition circles are not in agreement with this policy shift. First Vice President of the Nevis Reformation Party, NRP, Dr. Kelvin Daly, during Freedom Radio's Issues program on Tuesday, slammed the move.
If, as the Prime Minister has said, that there is nothing in the legislation that prevents it, rather than put in legislation to cap it or to fix it, he goes the opposite way. Why would you choose to do that? If you recognize there was a loophole, if there was a weakness in the legislation, it says to me that that loophole should have been fixed. Because he's claiming that there's nothing in the provisions of the law that prevents this thing from happening. Now, if you recognize that to be a fact, why do you choose to open it wider?
Dr. Daly suggested this action was politically driven.
This is a deliberate, premeditated, unscrupulous process of trying to curry favor the votes from a particular ethnic group, or I should say the Spanish-speaking group, because it's conferred in the body. And let me be certain, let me be sure, anybody in the political spectrum can do this, whether it's Labour supporters, PAM supporters, NRP supporters, CCM supporters. It is there for everybody to do. But the fact that it was moved, the resolution was moved by the Team Unity government at a time like this, in a critical juncture of the electoral cycle, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm supposing a lot of fair-minded people would also have a bad taste in their mouth.
The NRP official is calling on government to make the necessary constitutional adjustments to change this provision, as it will spark an increase in fraudulent marriages.
And here we have opened the spigot, we have opened the pipe, and said, come into St. Kitts and Nevis. For a short-term gain, we might get an advantage at the polls, but you'll be selling out your country for all and sundry to come and take a bite. This is, I don't care what political party does this. I know NRP, for one, will not support this.
The government of St. Kitts and Nevis said that after thorough research and in conjunction with the Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs, the Cabinet concluded that there is no legal requirement to prevent persons from obtaining citizenship by marriage, except for an unwritten policy, which seems to be at variance with the law. As such, Prime Minister Harris noted that the Cabinet acted upon the advice of the Attorney General's office to avoid these matters going to the courts of law and persons being vindicated at a heavy cost to the government. The Prime Minister said the policy, for whatever good the intention may be, could not subsist in the face of the Constitution and the law. So we have simply said we will abide by the law. Dr. Harris said that there still remains a strict due diligence process that follows a person's application for citizenship through marriage to ensure that the person is a fit and proper person for St. Kitts and Nevis citizenship. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.